opportunities in chess world. So our guest speaker is a FIDE master elect. He's also a South representative on the Nigerian Chess Federation Board. He has over a decade experience of foreign chess experience and administration. So, ladies and gentlemen, join me to welcome Mr. Austin Apemiye. You're welcome, sir.
Yes, Mr. Austin, you're welcome. Thank you, Tofumi.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right, yeah, I wanted to call
Sir,
your attention to your microphone.
Glad to
Thank
have you on board, sir.
Yeah, it's a pleasure for me to join you. It's a wonderful idea, and I think with Faole on board, we can both do justice to it because I think Faole, you also have similar experience of playing in the US and UK.
Yes, that's correct,
Am
sir.
I correct?
Yes, that's correct.
But I would like to take it on a wider note. So let me introduce myself properly. I think your name is the other lady, Tofumi. Abi? What is that the name?
Yes, Tofumi is the name.
Yeah, it's strange. That's the first time I normally see other kind of Fumi, but Tofumi is a strange one to me. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Augustine Apemiye, and I would like to talk about chess opportunities for the average chess player in Nigeria. First on my list will be educational chess experience. What do I mean by that? It means you can go to school and your entire academic process will be sponsored as a result of chess. There are several universities all over the world, like in the US and in some European countries, where they are looking for chess players that they can support. The basic criteria is a rating of 2,400 and above, and a player that is less than 26 years of age. It can be for a BSc program, a master's program, or a PhD program. I think this is a program we can exploit. I think some years back, somebody told me, or I think it should be Daniel himself, International Master Daniel, that he got a partial scholarship from the University of Texas. And as at then, I told him to take it. But I think that did not materialize. But I would like to advise the average young chess player in Nigeria that whenever they have such opportunities, they should take it up. Even if it's partial scholarship, it is very, very important to take it up. Someday it can be converted to full scholarship. While you are there in the program, you can also get some other support apart from the scholarship. For example, you can join a team where you receive some financial reward and you cover up. You can do chess in school and training program. You make more money for yourself. Then my second point on the list will be chess academy opportunities or chess entrepreneurs. All over Europe now, countries are asking for people to come up with ideas that they can use to make money and sustain themselves. I see this as an opportunity for us to come in and set up chess academy all over Europe and make money for ourselves. In the process, you have all the relevant documentation, permit, residency, and you can employ workers. And this is a big deal for us. Why is it a big deal? I already told Thomas Oparago, International Master Thomas Oparago, that this is something I think the Danny Pro project should look into. They set up a Danny Pro Academy in US or UK or Germany or Portugal or Spain and use it to bring talented Nigerian players into the country as resource personnel for the program. Now we're killing two stones. We are using one stone to kill two birds, meaning you get into the country, you work and you earn while you chase your own goals. So two double opportunities. But all we need is just one chess academy to be established in the country through the proper appropriate authorities, and you get all the right permits. So for me, I think that's a big deal. Chess academy opportunities. It is never too late. We can start it. Despite we might think, oh, we're not GMs, we're not I. But the truth is that for you to run a chess academy, you don't have to be a GM or an I or even a FIDE master. You just have to have basic knowledge of the game and show proof that at least you have a FIDE ID and you have played one or two tournaments. They actually have some curriculum materials, step grade materials they use in Europe to teach chess. So those are the materials you will be using. So you are not really bringing your own personal knowledge.
Okay, thank you so much for that, sir. Can Okay, to proceed, how does the chess community collaborate and support each other?
Okay, there are several ways. If it applies to greener opportunities outside the country, then there are several ways. For example, you have the option of sponsorship through individuals who can support young players when they apply for their master's program or their BSc program or PhD program. We can have Nigerians who are well meaning to do in society use their bank accounts to support them as sponsors, use their organizations to support them as sponsors, and send this player out there. In the process, they go to school, they become better persons in life. And at the same time, if they want to chase the IM title, the GM title, that is an opportunity. That is one way to support. The other way to support is to support with information. Not most young players don't have certain kind of information on what it means to stay outside the country or opportunities outside the country. So those of us who have it, we can also offer that as a means of support. And then thirdly, one very important support, that is accommodation support. We have the traditional Nigerian way of doing things, where we go to other countries, we try to look for our people and hang around our African community and Nigerian community. So if chess players that are already in diaspora are willing to accommodate and support some new people, take them around, show them the rules of the city and guide them, support them until they get their own place and become financially stable. That is another way we can support. And so many other ways.
Okay, thank you so much for that. So you said the chess community can support each other through provision of accommodation and sponsorship.
Yes.
So can you also briefly tell us what the notable or typical opportunities are available for chess players around the world? Like, is there any other opportunities that you have in mind that you want to share with us?
Yes, so many others. I have a long list of them. Yeah. So, for example, I noticed some of our players, after first degree, they decide to go for masters within a Nigerian school system. You're a graduate of UI, Uniben, Unilag, and you still want to do a master's in Unilag, Uniben, so that you can play Nuga. I see that as small vision. Your master's should be done outside the country. Very, very important. Use that opportunity of doing a master's outside to pursue your chess dream. And in that process, nobody can tell how far you can go, either through chess or through your academic prospect. So one of the things that will help our players after their first degree, is for them to write exams like GRE. GRE is for people that want to do masters or PhD program in social sciences and some other art-related courses. Then I also advise them to write GMAT. GMAT is for those who want to do MBA. Then you can also write SAT, that is for the United States. Then IS for English, for those who are looking at migrating to through skilled program and other specialized programs. Yes, it's important you have these results. You take these exams, you never can tell where the opportunity will come from. And sometimes, if you score very well, you're entitled to scholarship. I remember when I wrote my GRE in Strasbourg in France in 2015. Yeah, I got an email from Harvard asking me what program I would like to further. So if you score very well, you never can tell how far you go. If you score high, if you have high scores in GMAT, you can push for an MBA program. You become a better person in society, and in the process, you can still play chess and chase your professional chess life. That is in terms of exams. Then there is this other one. It's called job seeker visa. So there are certain countries now that are offering job seeker visa. It means if you have a skill or you have a first degree, you have professional certification, you can relocate to countries like Sweden, Germany, Austria, UAE, Portugal through a job seeker visa. What that simply means is you apply for a visa through their embassies and say you are going to their country to look for a job. Some of them offer as much as 3 months visa, or some 6 months, some 9 months. And if you can get a job while you're in the country, you'll be allowed to stay permanently and get your residency permits.
Well, that's very nice. Yes.
Yeah, then there's this other option of agents. You have what you call educational visa agents and skilled workers visa agents. These are also people you can talk to for genuine opportunities. There are also countries that are employing some specialized skills like IT skills, like farmers and others. And there are special programs where you have to write language exams. You can go into the country. For example, Finland announced a new program where if you come to Finland and you decide to study Finnish for 4 months, after the 4 months, if you finish the program successfully, you have the right to move on to any university of your choice on a full scholarship. So for me, I think that's a big one. 4 months, you study their language, that entitles you for a master's degree, a PhD degree from any university of your choice on scholarship. It's a big deal.
Thank you so much, sir, for that information. So, to you, how important is networking in the chess community, and what are the best ways to build connections internationally?
Well, networking is key in life. I think it's one of the most, after family, the next best thing is networking. Yeah, because that is the new family you're going to create for yourself. The people you meet through chess tournament, the people you meet in your work life, the people you meet while you're in school, the people you meet every day on the street, you never can tell who is who. So your interaction with different group of people from various levels of the societies, a society will help you in future, and you never can tell that way. So, for example, in the case of chess, I've had to go to a tournament somewhere in the south of Belgium, and after the first round, I decided to read a book. Somebody walked up to me and said, young man, do you know how to read? I said, yes, I know how to read. He said, that is strange. I said, there's nothing strange about that. We go to school in Africa, we meet. Today, that guy is my very good friend. Yes. Where is he? He's in Belgium. And after that interaction, we had several interactions. And there was one time he asked me, look, young man, if you need anything in life, just let me. Yeah. So that's how far going to a chess tournament, networking with people around can go. I've also played in a tournament where after the game, we went downstairs to have a drink and analyze the game. And I realized that the German doctor was married to a Nigerian. yeah, so he told me, look, any tournament I'm going to, that he's going to, that I can join him for a free ride. So there are various ways you can network, even in chess tournaments. Not to talk of your local association, your community, your old boys association. Yeah, in my old boys association at the college, old boys association, they sponsor people for postgraduate programs. They support people. They give people jobs. So you never can tell how far these things can go. I think a few days ago I was informed that somebody from my old boys association is sponsoring a chess player to African Youth Chess Championship in South Africa. And I asked them how come. The guy said, "Oh, I know that guy somehow." But I looked at it. One is a Yoruba guy. The other one is an Edo guy. I asked them if they went to the same school. The guy said no. I said they met somewhere else. And but now he's telling him to support a player for the African Youth Chess Championship in South Africa. And the guy has agreed. And he has sent the money in over 2 million naira and $1,000 pocket money. The sponsor has never seen the player. Just because somebody else said, "Oh, yeah, my guy, I have a small boy who wants to go to South Africa to play chess," and a sponsor just appeared from nowhere. So networking is key, and we have that advantage in the chess community because chess is one of those few sports in life or few the activity in life that brings the old and the young together. A 78 years old man can be playing with a 12 years old chap. There's no discrimination. But I know in my village gathering, you can sit. A 12 years old boy cannot sit beside a 78 years old. You tell him, go and play with children. But chess gives us the opportunity to mix with those kind of people. So I think most times when we have this opportunity, we should take greater advantage of it by actually having the right discussions with these people, getting their contact, telling them what you like to become in future, what you like to do. And if they're interested, you never can tell how far they can go to support you.
It's very true, sir. Okay, so yeah, so can you remind us, can you make a recap on the best countries for aspiring chess players that they can travel to for education? I think you mentioned it, but I wasn't able to grab this one.
No, I didn't mention the best countries. I mentioned the countries that are easy to go to under the job seeker.
Okay, but are there any best countries that aspiring chess players can go to for education?
Australia, UAE, Portugal. These 5 countries have a special visa program they call the job seeker visa. It means if you have your first degree and a professional certification or a specialized skill, you can actually apply to those embassies.
Sorry, Mr. Austin, can you repeat the names of the countries that you mentioned? I think the network was lagging then.
Yeah, somebody was calling me that we should go and play chess somewhere. It's a chess people. Yeah. So there's Sweden, Austria, UAE, Portugal, and Germany. Job seeker visa.
Alright.
You need an account balance of about 4,000 euros to apply for the visa. I think in the case of Germany, you need about 6,000 euros. That is the highest. But that allows you to stay in the country for 6 months. So if you can find a job while in the country, then you'll be allowed to stay permanently.
Okay, so how can you?
One way we can also take advantage of this job seeker visa is when you go to Sweden or you go to Germany and you're looking for a job, the chess community is one of the first group you should approach to say, "I'm looking for a job. How can you help me?" The reason is this: because of the way chess is structured in Europe, a lot of chess clubs are looking for new players. So if you are coming into the country, you will be a new player which can boost up a particular club, because most local players are already tied to some of the big and well-known clubs. So like the smaller clubs that are trying to look for people to move and who don't want to pay transfer, they don't want to pay transfer fees to other clubs. These people tend to go for these new players. So they tend to support foreigners more so that those foreigners can end up representing their clubs. So I think it's something we should take advantage of, because I remember the first time I went to Netherlands, there was a boy from France who was begging me to stay back in the country just because of chess. He said anything it takes, you get his parents to do it, that I have to stay back. Yeah. So those are the kind of people you say, okay, since you get your parents to do what will make me to stay back, then get your parents to help me get a job. Then I can stay back and play for your team, and your team can achieve good results. So that's an example of how you can take advantage of this job seeker visa using chess. And there are also organizations that if you go for interviews and you mention that you're a chess player, they automatically assume that means you are very, very smart. So they want to keep you in the system. So don't ever forget to mention that you're a chess player. That's very, very important in job interviews.
Okay.
All right, sir. So can you share with us some of the challenges you feel any chess player can come across when it comes to meeting opportunities? Yes.
Outside, that mean you mean outside the country?
Doesn't have to be
Hello?
outside the country.
Oh, okay. Okay. I think there are a lot of challenges. Just like the normal everyday Nigerian, we have general challenges in life. We need a means of livelihood, which means there's a need for income. Then, in our own case, some of us have a challenge, a peculiar case in the sense that you stay in a city like Lagos, where you have to be traveling from Port Harcourt or River State or Enugu to play in a chess tournament in Lagos. So those are some of the challenges, a means of livelihood, the financial stability, so that you can easily sponsor yourself to a tournament. Also, there's also the problem of accommodation. Whether you're traveling for a foreign tournament or a local tournament, accommodation is a big deal now. For example, playing in the zonas, West African zone, I cost between $50 to $80 for a night just to play in a tournament. Even now,
Yeah, I
just
think
to
there's a
have this
glitch.
big challenge. You said?
There was a glitch, so we couldn't hear you well. Possibly you want to repeat the last few lines that you mentioned.
Oh, okay. I was talking about accommodation. That accommodation is a major problem in chess tournaments these days. For example, if you go for a zonal event, it costs a lot, between $50 to $80 just for a night to play in a zonal event. And the African championship costs more. It's about $100 per night to take part in the African chess championship. Then the local tournament in Lagos, it costs as much as $25, 25,000 naira a night. Then in a normal tournament in the Strait of Europe, costs between €19 to €50 per night for you to play in a tournament. €19 means you are sleeping in a room where somebody else that you don't even know is also sleeping in that room. You guys can be up to 4 or 6 in that room, and each person will pay €19 for a bed space. Yes, you can get that in some nice hotels. Then, but a single room, the cheapest you can get is about €50 per night, and that is a lot of money for a chess tournament. And most times, these events are between 5 to 9 or 5 to 9, 10 days. So it's a lot of money. So there's financial challenges for the average chess player. But I noticed this is what the Nigerian chess players like to say, that they need a sponsor to pay for hotel, to pay for flight, to pay for hotel and pay for transportation or pay for flight ticket. But I've never really heard of the Nigerian player saying, my own challenge is I need a grandmaster coach. It is strange. How do you want to become a grandmaster and you don't have a grandmaster coach? Lions give birth to lions, snake give birth to snakes. Case a grandmaster to give birth to the Nigerian grandmaster. So part of your challenges that you should be telling people, telling your sponsors and your supporters, is that you need the services of a grandmaster coach to support you. Sometime in 2022, I went to Tunisia for a chess tournament, and the chess master from Turkish, Grandmaster Yilmaz. I told him if he would come to the South South to take part in the South South tournament, Nigeria. He said, "Oh, no problem, but you have to buy 2 tickets. One is for me, the player. The other one is for my grandmaster coach." I was surprised. You, a 2-6 grandmaster, you travel with another grandmaster for every single chess event. Why a 2-2 Nigerian player does not travel with a coach, does not travel with a grandmaster trainer, then there's a problem. In my own thinking, I think the 2-1 guy or the 2-2 Nigerian is the one that's supposed to be traveling with the grandmaster trainer. Why the 2-6 guy should stop traveling with the grandmaster trainer? So resources, as in human resources, is a big problem for us. So in this case, maybe a GM trainer, an IM trainer should be built into our system in a way that when a player is going for a very important event, they should be looking for the resources to pay for the services of a grandmaster trainer or an international master trainer. This will greatly improve their results. Most young chaps that I know that are doing very, very well in chess, they all have grandmaster trainers. That is the secret.
Thank you. So, I want to acknowledge the presence of Dr. Abdullah and Pikati. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate it.
Yes, Mr. Austin. So, from everything you've said, you mentioned something about age. Like there's an age cap that people should be
Yes.
within that age range, and they can explore that opportunity. Are you saying anyone above 26, let's say 30 to 40, cannot take such opportunities?
Okay. Yes. People above that age cannot, because generally there is a rule in the European community that we are not aware of. As at 20, when you get to 26, there are certain things you have to determine what direction you are facing. For example, if you don't start your PhD program by 26, then any PhD program you decide to do after 26 is a waste of time to the European academic system. That is why you hear stories like somebody will tell you that he finished his masters and a PhD somewhere in Germany, and he cannot find a job. You finish your program at the age of 37. Nobody is interested in you. So they have 26 is a key direction in the life of the average European. For example, some chess federations in Europe, when you get to 26, they invite you and have a discussion with you and say, "Hey, young man, young lady, please tell us, do you want to face a professional life, or do you want to become a chess professional?" At 26, you have to determine that direction. So what I see there means that for them, 26 is a key age where you have to decide where you are facing. So I actually saw the regulation somewhere. I think it is the SPICE program. There is also the regulation for the age of 26 in the SPICE program. They wrote it there that those below 26 years of age can indicate interest in the SPICE program. and that is even a US program. But in Europe, I know it's an unmentioned rule. They don't normally talk about it. But once you're above 26 and you're applying for certain things, it means you will not really go further with that area in life. But if you can get into that program before 26, then better for you.
Thank you. That's really enlightening. I wanted to ask, Tofumi was asking a question about the challenges that chess players face, and I think she was asking generally, but I want to look at it from the context of staying somewhere abroad, like international. So I know that you mentioned something about finances, like those are some of the challenges that you can face. And what about language barrier? Like I know in some European countries, I mean, they don't, English is not their first language, so they speak their local language. They take that one seriously. So I feel like this could be one of the problems, most especially if English is the only language you can speak and possibly your native language. So how do a chess player go into such a country? How is the chess player going to be able to navigate through, to be able to be part of the culture so that they can achieve their aim?
Yes, it's actually worse than what you think.
Hmm.
So in Europe, there are only three English speaking countries. And those three English speaking countries are the United Kingdom, Ireland, and Malta. But these three countries are island countries. So they are not mainland Europe. So once you're on the mainland Europe, which is Netherlands, Germany, Czech Republic, Hungary, France, Spain, they don't speak English in those areas. And if you speak English, you are not even welcome. I've had cases of several times. People will tell me, if you want to speak English, you can go across the sea. That is Malta, go and speak English there. That is Ireland, go and speak English there. That is United Kingdom, go and speak English there. But if you are here, you must learn German, you must learn French, you must learn Netherlands. So there's a big problem with language barrier. But in the chess community, you don't have language barrier because your statements, your words, your sentence are said in by moving the pieces, by the result you score, and everybody know what is a pawn and a rook and a queen. So playing chess in the chess community, you won't have problem with language. You won't have language barriers. But if you want to work, you want to look for a job, you want promotion in your office, you want to take up a standard office job, then you are going to have issues with language. So it depends on the direction you want to take. But if you have your residency in any European country, you will receive letters regularly from the local government closest to you, and you will actually be required to register in a local government. Then that local government will offer you free language classes where you're expected to show up, I think, about twice a week at a particular place for free language classes. So if you have language skill or you have the ability to learn a new language, then it's a great deal. Yes. But in terms of chess, it won't affect your chess. But other areas of your life, yes, it will definitely affect you. So there's a big problem with language barriers.
Thank you very much. Yeah, so another one that I want to ask is about the countries that you mentioned. Let's look at the Nigerian junior chess players, for example, that are still within the age range. So if you have to like choose for them or enlighten them about where to go, where there are opportunities in terms of scholarship and how they can further their education and at the same time play chess. Of the five countries that you mentioned, is there anyone in particular that you tell the kid, I mean, these guys to go to?
Yes. For example, Sweden is not a good place for chess. Yes, Sweden is not a good place for chess. Portugal is not also that good. So you have the big chess countries in Europe are Spain, France, Germany. These are the three biggest chess nations where you have a lot of opportunity. So Germany will be the best in this case. They have the biggest chess league. Then they have they have the highest number of grandmasters in Europe outside of Russia. So there are more and chess is really, really recognized in Germany. So in all of those five countries, Germany is the best. Then the next will be Austria. The Austrian chess league is also very, very strong. And chess is also okay in Austria. Then third will be Portugal. And the last on my list will be Sweden. UAE, yeah, from what Grandmaster Ivan Sokolov told me, the opportunities in UAE chess are tied to Grandmaster. You have to be a highly rated Grandmaster, as in a 2.6, 2.7 Grandmaster in UAE before you can make something out of chess. That's what he told me. And I see reasons for that. They have a 2.6 grandmaster in the country. So you should not get special treatment if you are not better than their own grandmaster. They have only one grandmaster, but it's a 2.6 grandmaster. So I think that's why they have that 2.6 clause. So anything less than 2.6, your chances are limited in UAE. Yes. So first is Germany, next is Austria, then third is Portugal, and the last is Sweden. But there is also a great opportunity for chess in France because they have a special program where you can come into the country as a chess professional. If you can show to the embassy that you have 10,000 euro to spend for 1 year to cover your bills for 1 year, you are allowed to stay in the country, take part in the French chess league, engage in chess related activities, but you are not allowed to work. As in, you are not allowed to pick up a menial job like a cleaner or a clerk or something. You can pick up those kind of jobs. So I know international master Fai Rokotomaharo, the guy from Madagascar, is on that program. And he has actually scored his first GM norm from the French chess league. And I noticed something. There are opportunities for him to score more GM norms, but he's not taking them. It means it has financial challenges because for you to take all those opportunities, you have to be traveling from countries to country, staying in hotels, taking part in various leagues, and sometimes that is expensive. For example, he can go to Belgium and play in the Belgium league. He can go to Germany and play in the German league because Belgium and Germany, they share a border with France. But he's not going to this country to take part in those leagues. And sometimes it's even easier to score a GM norm in a league like Belgium League. Because I remember when I was playing in Belgium League Division 2, somebody in my team, when we qualified, we got promoted to League 1. And that particular season, there's a guy called Matthew, FIDE Master Matthew on our team. He was the one playing board 1. He scored an IM norm in Division 2 just to promote us to Division 1. Although the next season we were beating Blue Black as in 8-0 constant. We were relegated back to Division 2. But it shows that there are opportunities when you join those kind of weak teams, so you have opportunity to play against hard men, you can score a norm from those hard men. But I noticed Fai is not taking this opportunity. So my own analysis, I feel maybe he doesn't have the resources to take advantage of those opportunities. So France is also a very, very good place for such a program. So 10,000 euro, that is proof that you can take care of yourself for 1 year, and you show proof that you are a top chess player in your country, and that you are there strictly to develop your chess, and you'll be allowed to stay in the country for 1 year. They also have something of that nature for pastoral services. It means you can also come into the country for 1 year and say you want to be a pastor, you want to preach the word of God for 1 year, but you need to also show a minimum of 10,000 euros. That is for an individual. So if you have a wife, and children, you pay more. Yes, but for just a single individual, it's a minimum of 10,000 euro to show that you have the means to support yourself for 1 year without asking for government support. Because there is also the social system where government can actually support you. But that option is not available for people who are coming into the country as professional chess players. So they believe if you're coming as a professional chess player, you should have the financial means to take care of yourself.
Okay, thank you so much. The last question from me before Tofumi takes over. This has to do with Nigeria particularly. So, do you think that the titled players have more opportunity than um, players that are not titled, for example?
Okay, I would say no, because by my own understanding, I can't really see the chess opportunities in Nigeria that has to do with titles. The few opportunities I know we have in chess in Nigeria is the one that has to do with a state employment system, where if you win a medal, the state will employ you.
Okay,
For me, I think
yeah, maybe I
no
should.
title is required.
Yeah, maybe I should rephrase it. I was trying to say like the opportunities abroad. Do you think either you're a titled
Okay,
player
yeah.
or not, like you can access
Yeah.
those opportunities?
Yeah, yeah. So going abroad before the foreign program or trying to relocate and is very, very important. But rating is more important. Yeah. So the two four mark is more important than your IM title or FM title. The reason is this: when you have 2-4, if you are invited for a classical better chances of moving the minimum required average rating for the event. For example, what do I mean? If the event says the players in this event for an IM norm to be given out or a GM norm to be given out, there must be a minimum rating of 2-3. If you have a player who is 2-2 and has IM title, and the average requirement says the player should be 2-3, you can see that that player is not eligible despite he has the IM title. But if you have a player who is 2-4, the player's rating is already above the required average, so the player is already eligible by average rating. So although the player that has the IM title can also be useful, then that the rules also says for a tournament to give out norms, you must have a minimum of 5 titled players. So that is where the titled guy becomes useful. But most times the guy with the higher rating is preferred before the guy with the title.
Okay, so untitled players and not with so many high rating points, like let's say like an 1800 player, can still explore this opportunity, but their chances are slim. Is that correct?
Yes, their chances are still because, for example, they will not get invitation to norm event where they'll pay them appearance fee and all those things. They won't get such offers. You only get such offers either because you have the title or because you have a very high rating. Yes. Then also, if you're also playing for a league, you might have chances to prove a point even when you are 1800. For example, some clubs are looking for a player to put on board one so that they can take some of their valuable players to lower board. So they can put you on board one and make you a sacrificial lamb. But you might end up shocking them. A club did that to me once and I scored 50 rating points and they were shocked. They thought I was a weak player. They put me on board one thinking people will collect free point. But I scored 8/11 and they were really, really happy that they never expected that from me. So sometimes you can also shock them with lower rating, where they put you on the top board for the league and thinking that you're going to lose that. But the best deal is still for People who are less than 26, then they have higher rating. The title is not really a big deal. The rating is the main thing. For example, if I can find a player who is above 2-4 and without a title, definitely I'll talk to the space program team to take that play, provided the player is above 2-4 and less than 26. Because no African has been admitted into that program for over 12 years. Because most of our players in Africa that have a rating of 2-4, they're all above 26.
Okay, thank you. So now let's give it up to Tufumi to continue. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank
Alright.
you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Fawley, for your contributions. Thank you so much. So, Mr. Austin, I also have a last question for you. So, my question is, what advice would you give to someone looking to explore chess opportunity around the world? Like a last message for chess players.
Okay, I will say first of all, they have to put their academic background in order. Very, very important. There are a lot of places you go to in Europe. People will try to ridicule you because of because you have a black skin. But the only thing you used to show them, this will not work out. Don't think I'm just black. It's your educational background. Yes, because I know places that I've been to. I actually went somewhere and they told me I cannot enter the place because I'm a black person. But I came with a white guy. The white guy now told them that this is not that kind of black person. So it means they have a classification for every kind of black person. So they have to ask him, okay, so what's so special about this guy? The guy now told them that, oh, he's a British trained chartered accountant, and I paid for it. They were surprised. Immediately they started saying, oh, come and tell us, how come you passed your chartered accounting exams in the United Kingdom? Ah, that is great. Ah, this is the first time we're seeing this kind of result. All of a sudden, they became my friends. These were people who were telling me I couldn't enter that event. So meaning you have to get your academic background in order. So a lot of people will respect you, and that racism will lead to the decision is that the average black person is an illiterate. Is a bad person. Is uncivilized and those kind of things. So you have to show them that. So you have to get your academic background in order. Then the next thing is for you to watch out for countries with opportunities. There are some countries you should not go to. For example, Ukraine is a no-go area. Romania is a no-go area. Bulgaria is a no-go area. Georgia, Azerbaijan. There are some Eastern Europe countries. It's very easy for you to go to those countries, but those are no-go area for you as a black chess player. The level of racism there very, very high. The job opportunities in those very, very low. Yeah, there are better societies and better places you can go to. For example, Netherlands have more opportunities. There are more opportunities in France. There are opportunities in Belgium. There are opportunities in Germany. In general, you have more opportunity in Western Europe than Eastern Europe or Central Europe.
All right, so thank you so much for your contribution. Thank you for sparing your time for us. And thank you for the eye-opening contributions that you've made so far. We've really, really learned a lot from that. Thank you so much, sir, Mr. Austin.
Thank you very much. I'm grateful.
So, from what Mr. Austin said so far, he mentioned that we should take education seriously because education gives us a leverage. And then also, networking is also very, very important because it helps you to connect with better and valuable people across the world. So, networking is key. As we close this episode, let's remember that the game of chess is a reflection of life. Every move matters, and every experience shapes us. keep growing, let's keep learning, and let's keep shining. Thank you so much for joining. Once again, my name is Oluwatofunmi Omowaye, and I'm a correspondent for Growth Chess Media. So let's remember to also tune in to our social medias, to Growth Chess social medias. Thank you for joining. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you so much, Tofumi, for hosting. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Austin. I think we need to bring you back again because you touched a very important topic about racism. So that's a very sensitive one, and it's something we can speak on for hours and hours. So we still need to come back, sir. We'll be glad to have you. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm forever. Yeah, thanks.
All right. Bye.
Bye.